Well, we move on now. The sad news of the passing of Luqobo Makwedini in France. The positive news, if you want to put it that way, is that the remains have arrived in the country after he passed on. He's a 20-year-old rugby player who died recently in France after a training session. He collapsed, and SABC News reporter Ntombozuko Balintulo has more for us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Give us a sense of where you are and what is the latest in as far as the information around perhaps the funeral is concerned, if at all, at this stage.
Thank you so much, Tabiso. We are at Funeral Parlour in Quigney here in the Eastern Cape. This is where Luqobo's body is going to be resting until, of course, the funeral preparations are going to be taking place next week. As you mentioned that, he was only 20 years old when he passed away on the 10th of July in France. And I think it's been a process when trying to get his body here. And I can, of course, just feel the sense of the family that finally things are coming together and they'll be able to put him to rest. But I do have his brother, Makwedini, who is just going to be telling us about the process of making sure that they get Luqobo's body here in the Eastern Cape in East London, because of course he is from here, KuGompo, just outside of East London, and we're going to speak to him now and also just get a sense of what's going to be happening in terms of the funeral preparations. Sihle, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I know this is quite a very heavy day for the family. I think firstly, let me just ask, how are you feeling?
Thank you very much. We are just going through the emotions. We are just glad that my baby brother is back into the country. And also would like to thank the Department of International Relations and the Sporting Ministry for assisting us, in making sure that my brother is back into the country. And I can confirm that he is indeed back. And we are, like I mentioned, just going through the emotions as the family, and actually very much relieved that he's back home. We've been through quite a process in terms of trying to get him back home, and we are starting with the funeral preparations, and we foresee that we will lay him to rest on Saturday, the 1st of August. The funeral service will be carried out at KuGompo City Hall on Saturday.
Sihle, I know, I'm sure as the family you're really relieved that his body is back. But let's just talk about what type of a person Luqobo was. I know I could see from social media, from his videos, in terms of being a bubbly person.
Yes, no, definitely. Ubibo was just, what I call the life of the party. I've actually, lost a brother, I've lost a friend, I've actually lost a son because, I have been, the one to make sure that, he does grow up. And look, I will just miss all the fun times we've had, and I'll just hold on to the memories that Luqobo has left behind.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That is Makwedini, that is Luqobo's big brother, and just telling us that he is confirming, of course, the body has arrived in the Eastern Cape, and the process of the funeral will take place next week on the 1st of August. And he also mentioned that he will definitely miss him as he was the life of the party. But of course, I do think that we'll also be just speaking to, I know the MEC of Sports, Arts and Recreation is here, and we're just going to speak to her and just find out in terms of preparing from their side, what are they going to be doing in terms of laying Luqobo to rest. But for now, back to you in studio.
Thank you very much to SABC News reporter there, Ntombozuko Balintulo, because at least now we have the details as to the funeral, which is the 1st of August. Bibo.